This is a tutorial for the adding big titles part of the project. Here we have our folder, and here we have big titles. Now right now we only have 17, but usually you'll have many more, like up to 100, but we'll use this to start for the tutorial. So we're going to open up the Adobe Premiere Project file. Double click here. Now here is our file, here's our timeline. Again, I'm using the workspace learning. So first we need to add some video tracks. So if we did the info board part of the project already, adding info board, then we might have 4 more tracks here. In total, we are going to need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, about 8 tracks. So let's go ahead and add 8. So I'm going to click over here, add tracks, and here I'm going to do 8. And okay, and there we go. We got our tracks right here. Next, we're going to create a new file, or it says new bin here, a new folder, I'm sorry, and title that Big Titles. Then we're going to bring the QuickTime videos in the Big Titles folder right here into this folder and drop them in there, and now we have all these big titles. So if you remember, when we were making these big titles, the number of the comp is usually the number of, it's in the order that you'll hear it. So for example, if we take this comp out here and we drop it down to V6 right here, we can see it says welcome to another Goodwin English lesson. Now right now the background, the red, that's offline, so if it's difficult to see, you can just go down here to V1 and hide, and then it'll be easier to read. So this says welcome to another Goodwin English lesson, and I don't think I edited it. Let's see, hold on. Welcome. Okay, so it starts right here, right? Welcome to. So what we want to do is basically we want to put these titles where they animate on before we say it, before we speak it. So he starts saying it right about here, or I do, and right about here you can kind of read it. So this is good timing right here. So what we're going to do is put that down, and we're going to listen to the audio here. And we're listening for the end of this. So welcome to another Goodwin English lesson. At lesson, we're going to stop it. So let's listen.
Welcome to another Goodwin English lesson.
Okay, so it's right there. So what we want to do here is we're going to take this. I'm going to put my cursor at the end of this this clip, and I'm going to click on it and drag it over to the cursor right here. So that when that audio is over, this goes off the screen, it animates off the screen. And then I'm going to take Comp 2 and I'm going to put it on one track above this, so it's kind of making a little staircase. And
today is a short beginner's lesson.
Okay, and then stop there, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take this, I'm going to clip it over here, and then I'm going to do 3.
In today's lesson.
Okay, so this one's kind of short. In today's lesson, and then we have it there. I'm going to bring it over here, and then I'm going to take 4, and I'm going to put it up here.
We will study how to answer the question.
Okay, and then that ends there. And this is kind of what we're doing for the whole length of the video. We're adding these, and I'm using 4 video tracks to just make it a little easier. So we did these 4. So comp 5 is going to start over here like this. We're going to do 4, 4, 4. We're going to just keep going that way. And then,
how are you?
right? And then just cut that off right there and continue. So that's what we're doing with this. Now when we finish doing the whole video, we're going to come back and
another good English lesson. Today is a short video.
We're going to double check the what we're going to do is scale and move it again. Now I'm going to have to figure something out later because right now, let's see, we unhid this. The main video here is really a large file, so every little clip is like 3-4 gigabytes. So I don't want to have to send that to you. That would just take too long, and it would also slow down your computer. So when I send this to you, it's going to be offline. I think I might send you a photo, a static photo that's not moving, you know, to give you an idea of where I'm standing. Because eventually what I want you to do is, after you put these clips in here and cut them, edit them like this, I want you to go back and I want you to make sure that this text is not running over my face here. And sometimes I will be here on the right side, sometimes I'll be on the left side, sometimes I'll be a little bigger, you know, so for example, sometimes it might look like this. Where are we? Scale. You know, I might be closer like that, it might be more up. Sometimes I'll be all the way over here, you know, so you have to switch this over to the right side. So I'll have to think about the best way to do that. I might just end up sending you a picture or something, and then you can use that as a rough estimate. So let's say this is a picture. What we want to do is click on this clip here in the timeline, and it might not come up automatically. So when you click on this, you want to look for Effect Controls. Click on that, and now we can kind of change this clip here, this text. It's a little big, right? So we'll go over to scale, and we're going to drop that down a little bit. Now this looks good, but now it's not really, it doesn't look so good. We want to move it a little bit. So to move this around, we're going to use position. So the first number here moves it left to right, and then the second number moves it up and down. So we want to move it kind of just over. It doesn't have to be perfect, just not in my face, you know. And that looks pretty good. Then we're going to go to the next clip, do the same thing, click on that clip, Effects, Controls, and this time it looks slightly small. I mean, we could just do it a little bigger, maybe. And we could put it up here, or we could put it down here. Yeah, I think in the middle is fine. You know, it's kind of nice to have something here and then it comes down here. So then we're going to go next one, and we're just going to continue to do this. Like this is not really a problem. This is fine. Maybe we could move it over, I don't know, a little this way or something like that. But it's not a big deal because it's only on for a short time.
We will study how to.
And that's basically it. This is fine as it is. You know, I mean, you don't really want to go down here because then it gets a little difficult to read. So in the middle or this side is fine. Now, of course, if the footage is, you know, if the footage is I'm on the left side, then everything is reversed, right? So we got to move the text over to the right side. But basically, this is what I want you to do. Just put these clips in, cut them, matching them to the audio, and then come back and scale them up and move the position so that it's not in my face. And do that for all of them. Okay?